What's up? What's up? What's up? What's shaking? What's going on out there, man? Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know Easy's gonna come to you with something, baby. I gotta give you something hot. I gotta give you something hot that you know they ain't gonna talk about in the public. Why? Cause y'all know why. This nigga got the complexion for protection. It would have been anybody else, black anybody, would have went out there and stole some money, especially how much they saying with 77 million. If I ain't what they talking about, 7 million, $7.7 million. Brett Favre, former quarterback for I don't know who he used to play for. Green Bay Packers, yeah. I used to remember football back in there. I never really watched it, but cared. But Brett Favre, Hall of Fame quarterback, um, said he was doing something from his alma mater, Mississippi. I don't know what school he went to. It's somewhere in Mississippi, but he is a welfare fund, that they was gonna use or whatever they was raising money for. So they say he could build this volleyball center or some type of center for the campus up there because his daughter attends that campus as well. So he was trying to get money to build that volleyball center or whatever, for his daughter now, or for the team, I should say. Well, it turns out that they say that allegedly Brett Favre stole the money. Yeah, Brett Favre stole the money. Mr. Rich, quarterback, NFL player, stole 7.7 million. Him and a little team of people, along with this governor right here, Phil Bryant, subpoena for his text with Brett Favre about a drug company linked to the ex NFL quarterback. I don't know what the hell that's talking about, but they got text messages for Brett Favre from where he went around with him and his I guess governor, somebody, whoever it was that he was involved with in his situation, they stole money from Mississippi welfare. You know what I'm saying? A lot of money from it. If you don't know anything about down south, Mississippi is like one of the poorest communities, I mean, states in the world. You know what I'm saying? In America, basically. But yeah, he done went out there and he done stole his money, and I look like he gonna get away with it. Now that's real sad. That's why I got to tell y'all. This is why I be coming on with these videos, telling y'all, man, about these celebrities and stuff. They don't care nothing about nobody, man. You know how many people sitting up here, probably black people or whoever need. I mean, black people ain't the only people need welfare. But you know how many black people got pictures of Brett Favre? I got his jersey hanging up. Green Bay Packers fans. I know some people from my hood, Green Bay Packers fans, and look at what this dude out here doing, stealing money from the poor people. I be keep telling y'all about these celebrities. They don't care nothing about nobody. This man already done had millions, and you out there stealing. Now they actually got proof that he was out there stealing through text messages where him and who was the guy he was in ball with it this in? Let me see. Let me go back up. Also, a lady named Nancy New. Nancy New is allegedly the treasurer. Hold on. The charity is ran by a lady named Nancy New. Nancy New is allegedly where 77 million in federal temporary services for needed family funds were being distributed. New, who allegedly worked with Bryant on the distribution funds, has since pleaded guilty to a number of state and federal charges in connection to the scheme to misappropriate welfare funds. So see, Brett ain't do this by himself. This lady Nancy knew she didn't plead guilty and she finna go do some time. Well, you know how to completion for protection. I don't know if she finna go do no time or what. She probably get probation. But she didn't already plead guilty. Favre also made over 1 million to record ads for a nonprofit, which allegedly only developed as a way to push more money into the stadium project. And Favre allegedly didn't want anyone knowing where he got the money from. So Favre was getting paid basically. He was getting paid trying to say it was a non-profit situation, but he ended up, from what he's saying, getting $1 million. Now, this is the text messages from Favre and New. This Brett Favre. If you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? Nancy New. No, we never had the information publicized. I understand you being uneasy about that though. Let's see what happens on Monday with the conversation with some of the folks at Southern Miss. Maybe it will click with them, hopefully. Brett Favre, okay, thanks. Nancy New, wow, just got off the phone with Phil Bryant. He is on board with us. We will get this done. Awesome. I needed to hear that. He guilty. He guilty. Favre has not been charged with any crimes related to the welfare scheme. Well, how is he not charged when y'all got text messages saying that he's involved in it? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Michael Vick killed dogs. I gotta talk about Mike Vick. They destroyed Mike Vick's legacy, man. Michael Vick would have been the greatest quarterback that ever did it, bro. They locked that man up over some dogs. Do you hear me? But y'all gonna let Brett Favre go out here and steal money from poor people, and y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it. Talking about he trying to build a center for volleyball players over because his daughter go there to that school too. That's the only reason he was so concerned about the center. But you sit up here sending text messages talking about is there any way that the media gonna find out that you got paid $1 million for doing ads for that? But it's supposed to be for free. See, I tell y'all about these niggas. These rich niggas ain't shit. They steal from us. They take everything from us. And then you people go out and buy their jerseys, their shoes. I'm guilty of it too. These niggas don't care nothing about us. Michael Vick. We got to talk about Michael Vick. Michael Vick was killing dogs and he had to go do time. I want to see Brett Favre ass in jail. I want to see Brett Favre football throwing ass in jail. He should not get away with this. He should not get away with stealing people's money like that. He ain't no different than nobody else. He need to take his. They need to put his ass in jail. I'm gonna let y'all see this little clip right here so y'all can further know. You know what I'm saying? What's going on?
I just want to know why nobody's talking about Brett Favre allegedly stealing $8 million from a welfare fraud scheme, essentially feeding the rich and robbing the poor.
New details now surrounding accusations that retired NFL quarterback Brett Favre used welfare funds,
allegedly showing NFL Hall of Famer Brett Favre pressing former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant for money because he wanted a new sports facility at his alma mater.
We've seen a ton of welfare money that's intended for the poorest folks here in the state of Mississippi flowing to people who just simply did not need it.
In a different text exchange, Favre asking New, if you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much?
Favre has denied knowing where the money came from and has not been charged with a crime.
How come nobody's talking about this? I mean, when former Redskins football player Clinton Portis was allegedly accused of a similar situation with his $4 million healthcare fraud, it was the talk of the town. Every major news outlet had Clinton Portis' face plastered all over the TV for his allegations. And yet, for Brett Favre, it's crickets.
Hold up, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I gotta make sure because I don't like these.
Earlier this morning, a woman named Karen from.
Because I be like comment myself. But yeah, like they just posted, put the other young man on there, the other football player, right? Said that he had some type of funding and he was scamming or scheming or whatever. They had him all over the news. See, I just found this out because I was trying to look for a video to talk about. And I'm happy I ran across this because this proves everything I be telling y'all about these celebrity niggas. They don't care nothing about you. The poorest people in Mississippi have been robbed by a former millionaire. That's basically what's going on. A former millionaire or a millionaire then robbed the poorest people of Mississippi. So the people in Mississippi are lacking funds or suffering even more because Brett Favre, Nancy New, and this Brian guy is greedy as hell. But let's keep it going.
This news is so not trending that last week, when you tried to type his name in the search engine, it didn't even populate in the top 3 results. And many people are wondering why. How is it that a football player like Michael Vick was dragged endlessly in the media about dogfighting, essentially ruining his reputation and being criminally charged, but this NFL
destroyed this man's career. Michael Vick would have been the greatest quarterback of all time. He changed the game of football when the quarterback started running. But they tried to get to that boy. What's his name? What's that boy name? He played for Texas A&M or something. I can't think of his name. He was a quarterback, Johnny something, and he used to run on plays and stuff. Basically, stealing Jock and Michael Vick. So they go, and who's the NFL? I think it was an NFL quarterback that started running too, and then, trying to take Michael Vick's spot. Michael Vick was gonna be the greatest fucking motherfucking NFL quarterback that ever did it, y'all. And they locked that man up about some goddamn dogs, man. Some dogs. But Brett Favre out here stealing millions and millions of dollars from poor folks, and he ain't finna do a night in jail. He ain't finna do a night. Even our mayor down here got caught in a situation, rest his soul. What's his name? Damn, what that man's name? I can't think of his name right now. But they let the white people off. They let the white people get away and put him in jail till he died. I can't even think he was the mayor of Bessemer at one point. Lord, what's that man's name? But yeah,
criminally charged. But this NFL golden boy, Brett Favre, has text messages between him and the Mississippi governor plotting how to allegedly steal millions of dollars that's supposed to go to poor and needy families, all to give it to privileged people for a new volleyball stadium. And nobody wants to talk about this?
I talked to people that was in the room.
Oh, I was going to play this, but let me go and let him play this, because this is going to bring some more light about how wicked Brett Favre is and how low down he is.
Brett Favre went to the Hall of Fame, and nobody mentioned about text messages that he sent to that jet masseuse. Nobody mentioned anything about the addiction that he suffered from. But yet, T.O., they brought up everything. Can you imagine if T.O. would have had an incidents like Brett Favre off the field? T.O. still, to this day right now, would not be in the Hall of Fame. Yet they walked right past it like Brett Favre did nothing.
That is true. I give you that.
The problem that I have with this situation, you got to be a sorry mofo. How can you got to be really low to take from the poorest of the poor? Scared when black and brown people do fraud the government, they hell bent. You get an EBT card, or you get WIC, or you get stuff like that, boy, they move heaven and earth to try to put you in jail for $400 little measly dollars.
Fact.
Now this man done took $1 million, and they sitting around like, well, you know, it happened.
And this.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Get an EBT card and do some fraud. Sell some food stamps and see what's gonna happen to your black ass. Sell some food stamps and see what's gonna happen to your black ass. But Brett Favre can steal $1 million. They can steal $7-8 million and ain't shit happening to them folks. You get an EBT card right now and go sell some steps and let them find out about this shit. Your ass you're gonna be locked up for a rooster crow. You're gonna be locked up for a rooster. Not only that, you're gonna have to pay them. They're gonna put you in jail. They're gonna fine you. But Brett Favre, completion for protection. It's okay for him to steal. It's okay for him.
Leading many people on the internet to wonder, is a dog's life more important than poor human beings? And how ironic that the main headline topic this week is about Ime Udoka's cheating scandal, while Brett Favre just silently and barely sees public criticism for taking food and shelter out of hungry families' mouths so that his daughter can get an upgraded stadium to play sports in. And all anybody who knows about this story is saying is, if the media is going to drag one athlete for inappropriate scandals, you got to be fair and keep that same energy across the board. Straight up.
True, but we all know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling y'all hear me now? Y'all be thinking a nigga just hating on people because they rich and because they got. Ain't nobody hating on these people. I'm just telling you the truth. These niggas thieves. They don't care nothing about you. This nigga stealing from the poor. Stealing from the poor and all. And fair use notice, this Facebook. This is not YouTube. So YouTube, please don't mess with this educational use. Please.
Tarnish Brett Favre's legacy.
Well, I don't think none can tarnish it. Because if you go back and look at his history when he played in the NFL, they should have tarnished it already. I talked to people that was in the room when Brett Favre went to the Hall of Fame, and nobody mentioned about text messages that he sent to that jet masseuse. Nobody mentioned anything about the addiction that he suffered from. But yet, T.O., they brought up everything. Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah, they talk about T.O. so bad. I don't even watch football, y'all, but I know it's like they hate T.O. I don't know what the hell T.O. did. They talk about his child support situation. They do everything in the world to trash T.O. But that's how it is. The black athlete, they get dogged in any sport, including boxing and anything. The white athlete, oh my God, they as pure as the snow falling out the sky. They can do no wrong.
If T.O. would have had an incidents like Brett Farve off the field, T.O. still to this day right now would not be in the Hall of Fame. Yet they walk right past it like Brett Farve did nothing.
That is true. I give you that.
The problem that I have with this situation, you got to be.
And hold up, not only this, they got proof. They got text messages showing that Brett Favre stole his money. That he asking them, is there any way he can get caught? If he will be caught in any way for accepting his money. He guilty. He guilty. Brett Favre put that nigga in jail. I want to see Brett Favre. You know, people don't, you know how hard it is, especially in today's time. You know how much that money would have really helped poor people? Real poor people? Not people who already made millions in the NFL. Not a governor who already straight living in a big house. Not Nancy New who living straight in a big house. Y'all stealing from poor people. I keep telling y'all, these rich people, these niggas y'all idolize and worship, they ain't shit. They don't care nothing about you.
Be a sorry mofo to steal from the lowest of the low. Skip, Mississippi is the poorest state in our country.
It is.
Its citizens. So if they're the poorest state, Brett Favre is taken from the underserved. You made $100+ million in the NFL. And they talk about what he didn't know. This is what Brett Favre texts. If you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? So if you gotta ask this question, is there any way the media can find out? You already know you're doing something wrong. The mere fact that you don't want anybody to know. So you know you're doing something wrong. And Skip, he wanted to seem so
Exactly. That's the point I'm making right there. He asking questions in the text messages. Is there any way people will know, the media will find out that I'm accepting this money? The lady, Nancy New, say no. Like he just said, for him to even ask that question, he knew he was stealing that money. He knew that he wasn't supposed to be getting that money by even asking that question. So all this allegedly shit need to stop. Ain't no alleged and shit. He stole his money. He ain't been locked up. They ain't took him to the county jail. They ain't put no handcuffs on this motherfucker yet. It ain't no alleged. He did that. He did that shit.
So philanthropic, he wanted to change the perception of the narrative. He take money for some damn volleyball arena.
Well, his
daughter played. You see what Brett Favre did for his alma mater? No, he didn't get no money came out of his pocket. He stole money from people that really needed money.
Yep.
Another point. You got money. Why you didn't pay for it? You see how cutthroat and conniving the motherfucker is. You got the money to build or something. You got the money, Brett Favre, but you decide, I ain't gonna pay for that shit. I'm gonna steal money from poor people. I'm gonna steal money from the poor. Me, a governor, and Nancy New, we gonna steal this money together, and then we gonna build or something. We gonna take us a little bit of money out of it first, and then build or something. And he ain't in jail. No consequence, no nothing. Why did they let him get away with this shit? But what about the people in Mississippi they stole his money from, though? What about them? What about them? Now, you see something I noticed about today? I made the video about T.I., Charleston White, and Lil Boosie situation. I had so many people on the channel I didn't want to get off. But see, when we talk about something serious like this that people need to talk about, especially niggas, black people, something we need to be talking about, especially because this motherfucker need to be in jail. Brett Favre. Don't know, ain't nobody tuned in to this. But as soon as it's some messy gossip whole shit, some messy media rap shit, some messy media nigga shit, views go up real quick. But to inform you that these people been out here robbing us and still robbing us, don't nobody want to talk about that? I like your comment. Said when we gonna wake up on the same page and stop being scared and say we not going to work no more and we ain't paying no rent. They can't do nothing to all of us if we all stand up for each other. I like that. That's true. That's true. But see, niggas, I don't think that ever happened because people love to be above each other. People love to be above each other. You see what I'm saying? We'll never come together and do what you just said, stop working and everything, which will make the world better. People wouldn't like that because small-minded people with nothing inside of them, that their life is to be above people with materials. So those people who love to be above people materialistically, who already have it, no, they wouldn't give up nothing. They wouldn't give up nothing. No. Even if it would help the whole world. Because in our actuality, we shouldn't be getting up going to work for nobody. That's just how it is. The Lord, when he said work, the Lord didn't mean work for Pizza Hut. The Lord didn't mean work for a hospital. It didn't mean be an engineer. In the Bible, I think for what it say, you're supposed to work like, what, 5 years and that's it. Or if you work 5 years for somebody, that's it. You're supposed to be on about your business then. So I agree with you. If we all stood together, if we all just came together and stopped, you know what I'm saying? But it's too many people who enjoy what's going on right now. It's too many materialistic people in the world. So they ain't going to budge with that. They're like, oh, well, no, y'all can go here and lose everything. See, if majority of the people go lose everything, they're going to try to stay on their feet so they can be riding past with their nose up. Oh, stupid motherfucker. You should have kept your job in your house. You see what I'm saying? They ain't looking at the point of, oh, this will benefit the entire world because don't nobody supposed to be working, stressing, and doing nothing about no damn bills. The Lord didn't intend for this earth to go like that. It wasn't intended. They decided to create this stupid shit and have us running around here stressing about car notes and bills and insurance. In a minute, y'all, we're going to be paying oxygen bills. They're going to have, everybody in the world going to have to walk around with bubbles of oxygen on their head. And if your ass don't pay it, your ass going to fall out in the middle of the street. They charge you for water. Some shit fall out the sky. Water fall out the sky, bro. And you got to pay for it. Coal, you make electricity. Shit free. Gas come from the earth. Shit free. You got to pay for it. You see what I'm saying? It's all a scheme. We must start working for people who would never work for us, let alone give us what they said they owe us. We too gullible. We got to start acting our own business. Well, I understand what you're saying, though, but everybody ain't gonna do that, man. A lot of people brainwashed and they don't care. You see how they destroy R. Kelly if you talk about drama. R. Kelly, I don't believe none of that shit going on with R. Kelly. I believe all that shit staged as usual. It's a hoax. Where are the people? Why ain't nobody want to see it? See, this how you know when some of that celebrity hoax shit be fake, right? Who went and seen R. Kelly in jail yet? I don't know one celebrity saying I went and seen R. Kelly in jail, man, this, that, and the other. We ain't seen no interview, even though the interviews are fake too, because Tupac supposedly did an interview in jail that was fake. We ain't seen no interviews or nothing. Just like this basketball playing girl that's in jail in Russia. That done died down now, right? You see, they only put stuff in the news to blindfold you to have you talking about it. Because they ain't said nothing about this girl Brittany Griner no more, is it? You see what I'm saying? But look at it. I was talking about Brittany Griner for this situation. Brittany Griner supposed to have been in jail, right? But every time y'all seen a video of Brittany Griner over there in Russia while she locked up, she keep changing goddamn clothes. Every time I see Brittany Griner when she was over there in Russia, every time they show her, she had on a different coat. Ain't she in jail? What type of jail she go to? You can change clothes every goddamn day. No, she's supposed to be in a jumpsuit. So what they doing in Russia? You mean to tell me in Russia you can bring you a suit? You can bring you a suitcase of clothes, and you in jail? Huh? Huh? Them niggas don't be in jail. Fuck R. Kelly. Great music though. He is the king of R&B. It ain't nobody in the industry of R&B better than R. Kelly. Ain't nobody made more hits than R. Kelly. R. Kelly is the GOAT of R&B, hands down. Hands down. Hate him or love it, whichever way, whatever. Whatever you talking about to my children and all that, whatever. Well, I'm talking about the music. I'm talking about musically, this man is the GOAT. Ain't no way around it. But that nigga ain't in jail, though. Look, listen here. Rich people don't go to jail. I don't know why that shit is so hard for y'all to understand. Meek Mill was in jail. They sent a helicopter and got this nigga out of jail. Landed on the prison yard. Y'all got to be out y'all goddamn mind to sit up and think that they would actually let a nigga send a goddamn helicopter and land it on their goddamn state property and pick his ass up. That's a chance he could have took other people with him. He could have probably snuck. Y'all crazy as fuck. But you tell an ignorant nigga that, man, that's what money do. That man got money. Money, nigga, them white folks don't give a fuck if you got $1 billion. You ain't finna land shit but a goddamn piece of paper on the ground that you throw out your pocket on this motherfucking ground. The fuck is you talking about? Can a helicopter come pick you up? You but nigga, put this nigga back in his motherfucking cell. That's exactly how they gonna talk. You even come and ask us that stupid ass shit. But niggas believe it though. As long as a nigga got money. As long as a nigga got money. Back to Brett Favre for a second.
Man, this is embarrassing. And he's not the only one. Ted DiBiase, a former wrestler, even Marcus Dupree, a great running back at the school that you loved growing up, Oklahoma. He got money. How can you got to be really low to take from the poorest of the poor? Brad, you ain't got enough money? Okay, Skip, listen. You know you're not supposed to have this. But how am I gonna give the damn speeches? They're paying you to give speeches and you didn't even give the speeches. And now you won't even pay the money back.
This nigga still ain't paid the money back. Matter of fact, that's that's the main thing. Is he gonna get the money back? Hold on. See, that's even more fucked up. Because he get a chance to get the money back. If Brett Favre name was Deshaun Favre, Brett Favre has to be in prison right now. If his name was Deshaun or Keon or Amir Favre, his black ass will be locked up. But they gonna give. Is he gonna get the money back? Do he have to get the money back? Brett Favre stole millions of dollars from poor people from a welfare fund. He stole money from people. The bitch out here stealing. This bitch in here stealing. That's what he in here doing. Brett Favre out here stealing millions of dollars from poor people in Mississippi. And y'all know I'm right next to Mississippi. Alabama, baby. I'm right here. And Alabama poor as hell. So I know Mississippi poor as hell. And you stealing, nigga. You stealing. Hold on. Let's keep it going.
And they fired one of the guys that say he tried to recoup the money. They fired him he was a Clinton appointee. This was political.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you get the money back? Have nothing to do with politics. The man got and this is what we know. Skip, when black and brown people do fraud the government, they hell bent. Mm-hmm. You get an EBT card or you get WIC or you get stuff like that, boy, they move heaven and earth to try to put you in jail for $400 little measly dollars.
You going to jail.
Now this man done took $1 million. Somebody got $3 million. Somebody got $400,000. Yeah. And they sitting around like, well, you know, it happened and we'll see. And they're going to get more money and do it all over again.
And to your point, the Mississippi Department of Human Services had to file a civil lawsuit against Brett Favre because he had not paid back the interest he owed on the $1.1 million that he was fraudulently given for giving no speeches.
Right.
So they gave Brett Favre a $1.1 million for speeches that he didn't do, and Brett Favre ain't gave the money back. And he ain't gave the money back. Yeah, his name would have been Pernell Favre, Anthony Favre. His ass will be behind bars. Bars, son. If his name was Darrell Favre, his ass will be behind bars. He wouldn't be sitting up here. Y'all wouldn't have to ask for the money back if he was black. If he was black, you wouldn't have to ask for the money back. They'll lock that nigga up so fast your head will spin. They'll lock that nigga up so fast before you can say the word nigga. Nigga, he in there. He in jail. He in jail. But that's just completion for protection. And if to my white people, if y'all on my channel, I love y'all. You know, don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal. It's easy to tell y'all the truth. White people, y'all ain't did shit but rape, stole, and destroyed. Am I lying? Now, if you gonna get mad at me for telling the truth, then I ain't nothing I can do for that. But I'm telling you, y'all ain't did shit but kill, raped, and destroyed. Everything. So, and look, and steal. And steal.
And he won't even pay the 1.1 back. He won't even pay the interest on the money.
Right. It's $228,000.
I mean, you got to be really low.
Yeah.
You got to be really low. And people and politicians, you got to be really low too. To know that this money is supposed to go to the most underserved.
Yeah.
And you take it and give it to people that's made millions,
yeah,
or got millions, or have the potential to make millions, and you're willing to do that. You're willing to let your people starve. You let your people go underserved. And Brett Favre, you took this money. Ain't nothing. Skip, this is what we know.
Yeah.
If people like you, there is nothing you can do to turn them against you.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen this before now. We see what's going on right now. We got people bending themselves, becoming contortionists, trying to explain away what somebody doing with top secret documents at their location. They're bending themselves to pretzel.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking like Neo in the Matrix.
Yep.
So nothing Brett Favre can do. But he's been a sleazeball. He's been shady for a very, very long time.
I mean, bro, it's a lot, man. Shit, I owe people. I'm in debt. And that nigga ain't never gave me shit. So I understand what you saying about unemployment and all that. This world crazy, man. It's crazy as hell, man, how they do you. But niggas like this, though, they get away with stealing and shit.
To all of your points.
It's really messed up, though, man. Brett Favre need to go to prison, bro. He need to go to prison all because he want to steal some shit so his daughter can get a volleyball center, bro. A volleyball center. You see how the life kind of fucked up, man, especially for black people. Ain't nobody poor, man, because it's poor white people and all, bro. Life fucked up for us, bro. You see what I'm saying? We want something. We can't throw a press conference and get our daughter a house, or our daughter away to college, or our daughter a new car. This cheating ass fuck nigga, millionaire ass nigga, go straight down to the Mississippi to the community of poor people or people who trying to pay to push their children through college to get a better life, and this punk motherfucker is down there stealing. Brett Favre, you need your ass whooped. You know what? They ought to put him in a room with all them people he stole that money from. That's what they ought to do. Put his punk ass in the room with all them people he stole that money from, and see if he gonna get that money back then. They ought to beat the shit out of Brett Favre. So you know what the problem is? What's wrong with this earth is, and its system is, we need to switch it. It need to be street justice for everything. That's the problem. People will stop doing whole shit, conniving, cutthroat ass shit if it was street justice. Ain't no going to court. If you get caught stealing, we get to beat the shit out you or cut your hands off. If you murder somebody, that family member, that person you killed, get to decide to weigh your ass down. They can blow your head off, do whatever the fuck they feel like doing to you. It need to be more street justice. Because this fucked up shit right here is why the world is the way it is. It's poor people out here. Shit, I'm one of them. I'm one of them niggas. It's people out here wish to have a lifestyle to walk in the house that Brett Favre got, to drive a car that Brett Favre got, to go to a restaurant that Brett Favre got, to take care of their family the way Brett Favre can. And your punk ass out here stealing and ain't doing a day in jail behind this shit. That shit ain't fair, man. That shit ain't fair, dog. That ain't fair at all, man. That ain't fair, man. But see, this is the thing, though. See what I'm saying? Like me, I be messed up. I come to my channel, to my subscribers. Hey, man, this finna happen. I need your help. I get dogged about it. But then they can have millionaire ass niggas up making ads, TV commercials and everything, getting paid and stealing money. Don't say nothing. I ain't seen a nigga say nothing about Brett Favre yet. But let a poor nigga like me get on YouTube and say, hey, man, I'm going through it, bro. I'm struggling like a motherfucker. I'm finna lose everything. Well, nigga, you finna lose everything. But Brett Favre gonna make a fun. I think I can send him at least 50. I think I can send him at least 100. The fuck? That's how the world is, man. Backwards and twisted as fuck. Twisted. What you say, yeah, and Brett Favre, they say Brett Favre been doing a lot of scandalous shit throughout his time.
Points. The one thing I'm pretty sure about is Brett Favre will not be seen in any more national TV commercials from this point forward.
Why won't? Skip, they knew about this. He's still in Copper John. He's still throwing passes to Jerry Rice.
Yes.
I mean, you doing, you communicating through text about illegal activity. You already said, if you pay me, will the media find out about this?
Yep.
Skip.
That's about as damning as it gets.
Skip, you don't think I want to do something for my school, Savannah State? Hell, I would like to give them a $5 million, $10 million donation.
Yeah,
but I will not put myself to try to seem philanthropic or this great benefactor and to take from Georgia's poorest. They're most underserved. Why the hell would I do that? Now, it's probably going to be in my state. Yeah, when I'm gone, yes, Savannah State. I'm going to leave money for Savannah State. But I ain't got it like that. And I'm not.
Y'all give me a second. I'm finna break, but I'm finna let y'all keep watching this right till I come back.
Trying to be philanthropic to try to show everybody I am. Well, I steal from one. I rob Peter to pay Paul, so people look at me. Man, look at what Shannon Sharp did. Bro, for a volleyball arena, $5 million to the people need help the most. And you do this, and then you $1.1 million in speeches. Who the hell are you gonna talk to? Poor people don't want to hear no damn encouragement. They need help. They need supplies. So what? You give them a pep talk? What the hell? What speeches is he going to skip? Tell me the speeches that he could possibly give that's going to help the Mississippi's most underserved. That's going to do something for them. He ain't bringing no damn food. He ain't bringing water. He not bringing supplies. How did he help teen pregnancy? What?
And what boggles my mind is he made so much money in the NFL for so long, so much for so long, that he comes across as incredibly miserly. Why couldn't he just give some of his savings? And he's fully capable. He's got deep enough pockets at this point. He could have bought the volleyball. He could have paid the $5 million, right?
Exactly what I was saying. He done made millions. He had the money. Greed is a mother, bro. I didn't experience this in my own life, bro. From people that I thought loved me for real, but I've learned throughout life. As long as there's a dollar sign, and as long as there are things that people want, never trust anybody. There's something I have learned, and it hurts to know this. I haven't experienced it. I'm telling y'all. As long as until money turns, money gonna turn into gold, copper, and all that other stuff anyway. But as long as the world needs a dollar sign or money, or people want and desire what they want, never trust no fucking body. Because they gon' backstab your ass. They're gonna backstab you.
Skip, everybody wants to spend somebody else's money.
Yeah.
This nigga could have spent the money himself. He could have got it built himself, but greed. That greed, and Brett Favre said, fuck them poor people. That greed, and Brett Favre said, fuck them poor people. I ain't finna help them do shit. We ain't finna do shit. We finna get this money. Greed. Selfishness. They need to put this motherfucker in jail. He needs to go to jail.
Come on.
I mean, it's just natural. But but you got to be pretty low that you would take from the most underserved to fill your need, or so you can seem philanthropic. Really? Because you know they say, man, you see what Brett did? $5 million for a volleyball arena because his daughter played there. He didn't have to do that. He ain't do nothing. The federal government gave that money, but they're quick to talk about, oh, black and brown people, they be stealing. And then we need to cut out some of this pork and all this. Stop it.
Yep.
The biggest criminals, the people that steal the most, look like that.
Shannon Sharp. Even though you probably gonna lose your job for just saying what you said, he said the people who steal the most look just like that. I salute you, Shannon Sharp. I salute you. You ain't really no different than the rest of them niggas, but at least you got the balls to say what you gonna say. And I appreciate that you said that. Look just like him, stealing. I don't care. Y'all gotta understand, some of them politicians be the most biggest thieves you'll ever want to meet in your life. The biggest thieves out here. And they get away with everything. They don't get caught stealing $2,000 or $5,000 and get a slap on the wrist. These niggas steal millions. Millions, them M's. Life-changing money they out here stealing. Do 2 years, a year, out. Back stealing again. They got proof that Brett Favre stole his money. Do y'all see Brett Favre in jail? But they had proof Michael Vick had them dogs killed. Then Michael Vick ass go to jail. Ray Caruth, when he killed his baby mama, then they put his ass in jail. What's that other boy? I think his name Hernandez or something like that. Had the tattoo, played for the Jaguars or the Carolina Panthers. Locked his ass up too. But Brett Favre, nah. He'll pay the money back. We just gonna let Brett hell no, lock Brett Favre ass up too. He need to go to jail too. That shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. Cause that is like if his name would have been Antonio Favre and been my color, his ass be on his way to the federal penitentiary right now. Him, that white lady Nancy New, if she is white, I don't know, and that governor. Evidently, that's what they're gonna say. Favre discovered some shit, even though they know it's Favre stole all that shit. He needs to go to jail. Brett Favre deserves to go to jail. Point blank. Period. Ain't no way in hell he should be out here, and y'all got proof. I ain't like nobody lying on him, or is it like they keep trying to say allegations? Ain't no damn allegation. It ain't no allegation. He stole that money. Got proof he stole the money. But this motherfucker walking around. Ain't doing no time. I ain't worried. Let me put it on another clip right quick.
Players. I just love this picture. We finally have a statement from the welfare king, Brett.
Oh, from the they call him the welfare king now. Yeah, see, black people need black people welfare. Well, look at y'all white. Look at this white boy stealing welfare money. Boy, Brett Favre, you know how he mad you to made some white people? Just think about it. He done made some white people somewhere real mad. Like your dumb ass, much as we sit up and talk shit about black people on welfare, you gonna go steal welfare money? It's a district attorney or somebody powerful somewhere saying, no, fuck that. We ain't gonna let him slide. We gonna prosecute this stupid bitch. Nigga, you could have stole from anywhere else, but you gonna steal from a welfare fund. Much as we talk shit about welfare, you need a welfare, Brett. You need some government cheese and ham and bread and a loaf of bread. The fuck is you doing stealing welfare money, Brett Favre? We finna lock it. Yeah, it's a white powerful man somewhere watching this shit, shaking his head. I'm telling y'all, bad as hell. We gonna lock that bitch up. Cause you embarrassed the fuck out of us. What the? It's somebody calling Brett Favre right now. Why the fuck is you stealing welfare money, bro? Why? You done set white people back 300 years, nigga. We was doing good. We ain't been having no trouble. We ain't been having no white people in the spotlight for real. And you fuck it up stealing welfare money. Bet you Brett Favre got a whole closet full of food stamp books and cards and shit. EBT cards stacked to the motherfucking closet.
Farve himself, and he says that he.
I want y'all to see the real Brett Favre welfare scam. It's more sinister than we thought. Oh, we gotta see this part then right now.
So how should the leagues support and promote an anti-racism position without becoming political and alienating fans? Thank you.
Two of MAGA's finest, former NFL quarterback Brett Favre and insurrectionist Donald Trump, they are one and the same, in that they both have a history of shady behavior involving charities.
I'm the furthest thing from a racist. I think I'm a pretty good guy.
Favre's also an outspoken conservative and ally.
Let me tell you something. Anytime somebody got to tell you something, they are something. They aren't something. They is. Anytime somebody got to tell you they aren't, they are something. Aren't something, they are. Okay. All right. Why you got to tell somebody you ain't a racist? Why you got to tell somebody that? Have you been accused of it? Did somebody say you called them something? So why are you telling people that you are not a racist? The farthest thing you are is a racist. You a racist. That's why. You a racist.
Ally of former President Donald Trump. There they are on the golf course together. Thumbs up. Now, Farve is currently embroiled in a controversy involving the use of federal welfare funds set aside for the state of Mississippi's most vulnerable residents, which were reportedly diverted to Farve and others.
New text messages show the pressure former NFL quarterback Brett Favre was putting on then Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant. Favre requested money for an indoor football practice facility to help recruit a player for his college alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi, in 2019.
But you see how this
the funding in question from a grant program intended for low-income families. The governor responded to Favre's.
So Brett Favre could get a certain football player to come to his alma mater? That's some powerful shit there, ain't it? Y'all go request millions of dollars and steal millions of dollars from poor people so your daughter could get a soccer gym, a volleyball gym, and you can get a specific player to come to your school? Ain't that a bitch? And there's people out here starving like a motherfucker, wish they had nice shit, clothes, drawers, socks, roof over their head, and your punk ass is out here stealing. You see what I'm saying? They need to put this motherfucker in jail.
Request. Use of these funds is tightly controlled. Any improper use could result in violation of federal law.
According to court filings, Farve didn't give up, writing the former governor again about the new volleyball center a few months later, saying, "We obviously need your help big time, and time is working against us." The former governor responded, "But we have to follow the law. I am too old for federal prison."
These new court documents filed by Bryant's attorneys allege Farve and former nonprofit director Nancy New, who has already pleaded guilty.
Oh, this Nancy New. Okay, so if Nancy New pleads guilty to fraud in a $77 million scheme, then why the fuck y'all ain't got Brett Favre locked up? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? If she didn't already plead guilty, that means the play was a go. Y'all need to go get Bryant, that governor. Oh, we ain't even talking about the fact about the governor. He a whole governor stealing fucking money. You see what I'm saying? I keep telling y'all about these celebrities, athletes. These folks don't give a fuck about y'all. And then y'all, I sit up there and say it. Niggas get on my channel, go to talking about some I'm hating on a nigga. I said niggas get on my channel, go say I'm hating on a nigga. This man a millionaire stealing from poor folks. You see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? He's a millionaire stealing from poor people. But then I say something about, You just mad you ain't got Brett Favre money. Well, I am mad now. Shit, send me them million, Brett Favre, with your thieving ass. I mean, don't get it wrong. Everybody don't know. Everybody in the stole before. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that especially if you've been poor, you grew up a certain type of way. But man, come on, man. When you get to a certain age, bro, especially if you got money, your ass ain't got no reason stealing nothing, man. It's easy to go and ask, hey man, can I? That's some petty ass little boy ass shit. He need to be put in fucking jail. Period.
To fraud in the $77 million scheme were requesting funds from the Mississippi Department of Human Services to build a facility.
Brett Favre asked the head of a nonprofit handling welfare funds, quote, if you were to pay me, is there any way that the media could find out where it came from and how much?
State investigators allege that a group of some of Mississippi.
I like what you said in that comment. If it was a wealthy black man, our own people would be shaming him. You damn right. You exactly right. And the sad thing about it is that's true. I ain't heard nobody but Shannon Sharp. But you see what I'm saying? Charleston White, Boosie, this T.I. situation, doing numbers on YouTube. But this dirty bitch stealing millions of dollars from a welfare fund ain't even being talked about. And like you just said, if he was black, even our own people would be dogging this man right motherfucking now. You'll see Facebook memes going up and down all night if he was a black man. Funny. With the funny stuff with the emojis, rich ass stealing from poor people, talking about you need food stamps. You see what I'm saying? They'll be laughing all night, but when it's a white man, you don't hear nothing about it. But a Boosie, Charleston White beefing with T.I., 100 million views. These niggas ain't shit.
Mississippi's most influential people spent more than $77 million that should have gone to poor families on pet projects like this volleyball arena at the university where the Hall of Famer played college football and where his daughter played volleyball.
We've seen a ton of.
They actually got it built. I thought they were just raising the money, so they did build it. They did build it, and you know what they ought to do to it, but they ain't gonna do to it. They ain't gonna do it though. Go knock that motherfucker down. Go knock it down. That's fucked up, man. I can't stand cutthroat ass people, bro. And I got some family members fucking cutthroat. It takes everything for me sometimes not to get a knife and just put it in a motherfucker neck and turn that bitch. I'm telling y'all, I can't stand a greedy, cutthroat, fake lying, scandalous cutthroat. I can't stand a motherfucker like that, bro. I done did a lot of things wrong in my life, y'all. But I ain't never been a greedy, cutthroat motherfucker, man. I would not fuck somebody I love over for $1 motherfucking bill, y'all. I can't do that shit. And I got people who say that they loved Mac and then did that shit, bro. This world, man, this shit is horrible, bro. People act like they're gonna live. I see about being conniving, cutthroat, scandalous motherfucker if you was gonna live forever, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna live forever. Of course, you're gonna want to live good while you living forever. I can see a motherfucker robbing and stealing from their own folks and cutting people's necks open and shit. You know, cutting people's throats, especially people that because you trying to live, you feel? But motherfucker, you gonna die one day, and your whole objective in life is to be greedy. You willing to slit your own family member's throat for a fucking dollar? You willing to betray your own family member for a fucking dollar bill? Motherfuckers like that don't need to breathe. You don't need to fucking breathe. But Brett Favre don't need to fucking breathe. Niggas like that, we need to exterminate motherfuckers like that. That's why the world fucked up. $1? Bro, I'm telling you, I had this shit happen to me, bro. About money. Money. The fuck wrong? Some shit you can't walk nowhere through heaven's gates nor hell with. You can't buy your way into heaven. You can't buy your way out of hell. So why would, bro, this shit is horrible on this earth. This got to be hell here.
Welfare money that's intended for the poorest folks here in the state of Mississippi flowing to people who just simply did not need it.
Now that you're caught up, more news broke on the Brett Favre front, specifically his, let's call them, charitable endeavors. Now, recall this quote from his agent because boy, did it age like fine friggin' wine.
Favre's attorney says the football legend never knew where the money he was asking for was coming from, saying he only has good intentions with every charitable endeavor he has organized.
Keep this in mind with what I'm about to tell you. Folks at The Athletic broke this story on Farve, let's call it giving back. The charitable organization Farve for Hope has a mission.
Look at that pretty founder. Thieving bitches. All of y'all some bitches. You, your wife, that volleyball playing ass bitch daughter of yours, because she gonna still go on that court and she still gonna practice on that motherfucking volleyball court, knowing good and goddamn well y'all stole from poor people to get that shit. She gonna go right on that goddamn court every day, bound, jump around. Girl, thank your dad for building this. And I'm sure it need to be a black girl on that volleyball team. Yeah. That's what it need to be. It need to be some poor black girls on that volleyball team. And dog her ass. You and your daddy ain't shit, bitch. And you better not jump for that ball. I'm gonna run the skates up under your ass, ho. That's what somebody need to do. Tell her. Your daddy ain't shit. Y'all thieving ass motherfucker. The media ain't doing nothing better but slapping us in the face with it. We be indicted and everything being repossessed. Oh yeah, they gonna come snatch your cars. They gonna come snatch everything. They gonna even come take shit that ain't have nothing to do with this situation. They gonna come take everything you motherfucking got. They gonna be some shit you bought 10 years before you even took the money. They gonna come take that. You probably was thinking about taking this shit and bought it with this. Now we gonna take this too. Let your ass be black. And I hate to talk about race because I'm not a racist person. I hate to talk about race. Because I ain't. Well, how can you not talk about reality? How can you not talk about something that's real? Shit, you had to deal with this shit every day. I had to go through a lot of shit. I mean, I just gotta say, I thank the Lord for my girlfriend, bro. I swear to God, bro. I don't know where I would be without that girl right now. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's some conniving, fucked up people on this earth, man.
Statement on its website that reads, founded by Brett and Deanna Favre, the foundation supports charities that provide support to underserved and disabled.
And see, let me tell y'all this. All these niggas, black niggas doing this too. And I don't even want to say it because niggas don't think I'm really talking about it. Black people with fundraising charities are picking up where white people started off from. If you know niggas who talking about they got foundations and charities and shit, show proof of it. And I ain't talking about no picture. Show proof of you actually with them children every day on the basis. Don't go show no pictures of some children at a fucking park, at a center somewhere, smiling and shit. Nah, let me see some real shit. Let me see these children really know you. Let me see them come up to you and hug you. Niggas think they motherfucking slick, like I'm a dummy. I ain't no motherfucking dummy, nigga. Don't try me with that whole ass, stupid ass shit thinking I ain't no thinker, nigga. You can't show me no motherfucking picture on something and say you got a foundation when you ain't even on that bitch or ain't no child on that bitch with you. Ain't no child saying thank you. Ain't no crowd of no children saying thank you. Stop thinking motherfuckers stupid. That shit is an insult to a nigga intelligence. I hate when people insult my intelligence. Thinking motherfuckers stupid and shit. Now you the stupid motherfucker for you ain't playing with me like that.
Disabled children and breast cancer patients. It also states that Farve for Hope was founded to provide financial assistance to 501c3 agencies that provide services to underserved and disabled children in Mississippi.
So basically 501c3, that's also what your church do too. For you niggas that go to church every day and keep giving up your goddamn money. Yeah, your church is under a 501c3. They get paid, motherfucker. If they ain't got no building fund yet, then guess where that money going? It ain't going back out to y'all dumbass. You're the 501c3. Go look it up. Ask your pastor if they under that shit. And y'all been asking for a building fund for 20 motherfucking years and ain't moved nowhere yet. Stupid ass.
In Wisconsin. In the same years Favre was soliciting money to build the volleyball facility, his charitable foundation, which received public donations, significantly increased its contributions to USM's athletic fundraising arm. Tax records show that Farve for Hope gave the USM Athletic Foundation $60,000 in 2018 when no other charity received more than $10,000. The next year, it gave $46,817, the next highest gift, to the Special Olympics of Mississippi. Was $11,000. In 2020, Farve for Hope sent USM's Athletic Foundation $26,175. No other organization received more than $10,000. Tax records also show that in 2015, when Favre's daughter was a volleyball player at Oak Grove in Hattiesburg, the Farve for Hope Foundation donated $60,000 to that school's booster club, the largest grant made by Farve for Hope that year. The Oak Grove Booster Club subsequently granted $60,349 to the high school.
So this motherfucker, you giving away all this goddamn money and you stealing? But that shit for tax write-off though too as well. I'm sure that is for him for taxes too. It's obvious Brett Favre don't give a fuck about nobody or helping nobody because he stole his money from these people. So evidently, he's doing this, sending that money like 60,000, the 87,000, this, that, and the other. So this for taxes. He ain't contributing shit. He's just doing it for taxes. And then it's all, come on, man. This motherfucker need to go to jail.
With the stated purpose being assist to build athletic facility. In all, to USM's Athletic Foundation, Favre donated over $130,000 from his charity. Lori Styron, executive director of watchdog group Charity Watch, said groups like Favre's charity have an ethical obligation to spend funds the way donors intended. If the charity...
The way the donors intended. Not the way he motherfucking wanted to attend. Not the way he wanted to do it. So he getting donors' money, spending it on shit that he want to do. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling y'all. Don't trust a nigga with a foundation. White, black, green, purple, orange, yellow. I don't give a fuck what color they is. If you see a nigga with a foundation, put your middle finger up and say, get the fuck out my face. Because you ain't doing nothing but robbing and stealing. I was born and raised in the projects till I was 9 till my mama got a house. My mama got a house. All right? I ain't never seen no foundation come knock on our door, bring a ham, a cup of water or shit. All right? That shit don't help nobody. Don't ever believe that a foundation helps any motherfucking body because they don't. All right? Not the March of Dimes. I ain't never seen a March of Dimes bring a ham sandwich, a pair of shoes to my neighbor or shit. Foundations are full of shit. All right.
He told donors it was raising money for breast cancer, but then spends the resulting donations on an athletic facility. The people running the organization are not fulfilling their obligations to spend the nonprofit's donations the way its donors intended, she said. Now, Rick Cohen, the chief operating officer of the National Council of Nonprofits, then spoke with The Athletic and said this. There's the letter of the law, there's the spirit of the law, and it's something where it would probably be tough to make a legal case, but it still doesn't look good. It isn't unheard of for a nonprofit to expand its mission or change its mission over time if they find they need to redirect.
What this nigga is trying to say, basically, if they want to change their mind about how they spend the money, then that's okay. No, bitch, you trying to sit up here and say it's cool for motherfuckers to steal foundation money and spend it how they want to spend it. Who is this nigga? Rick Cohen. Rick Cohen, Chief Operating Officer of the National Council of Nonprofits. You's a thief too, bitch. You steal too. That's what's going on. You steal too, bitch. That's why you said that. These motherfuckers.
Correct. That does not seem to be the case here. Here are more names you should absolutely know via The Athletic.
I'm about stealing from poor people like me. Stealing from poor people like me. Donate to the channel. Donate to the channel. I'm poor. Shit. I ain't got no fun though. I ain't stealing from nobody. I ain't stealing from nobody. Thank God for my old lady. I swear to God, because without her, I'll be homeless and dead right now. That's all I got is my old lady. And I ain't saying that to be funny. I fucks with my big brother. He about the only one I really fuck with for real. But the rest of these niggas, man.
Once more, Christy Holloway, the chief financial officer for athletics and athletic foundation of Southern Miss. Was she aware and tuned in to what Farve, Bryant, New, and John Davis were doing? The athletic director of Southern Miss, Jeremy McClain, was he aware as well? Bus Cook, one of the biggest agents in sports, is not only on Farve for Hope's website, he is listed as a director. There's also the angle that, again, I don't think enough people are in tune with and aware of, and it's the angle of the special prosecutor, Brad Pygott, who was fired for subpoenaing the University of Southern Mississippi Athletic Foundation. Mississippi Today found current Governor Tate Reeves, who did not deny he called for the firing of Pygott, swam in political donations via the USM Athletic Foundation. The outlet reported the following. Mississippi Today reviewed the governor's campaign contributions and found sizable donations from at least 11 USM Athletic Foundation board members.
So how should...
Yes. These niggas stealing, man. Stealing and getting away with it. Stealing and getting away with it.
Next. Next.
Shit wrong, man. This shit is wrong. Same to you, Third Eye. Watch a little short below. Watch some little shorts right quick, then y'all. I'm gonna go and get off.
I'm gonna show you why I keep telling some people we're not the same, fam. We're not the same. We don't stand for the same motherfucking things. I have talked about several different things today. One of which was Brett Favre siphoning money from the welfare program, along with Ted DiBiase Sr., Ted DiBiase Jr., and Bruce DiBiase, siphoning money from the welfare program of one of, if not the poorest state in the union, Mississippi. Brett Favre.
Nigga, why is your nails painted black? Why is your fingernails painted black?
Favre used those funds to help pay. He got paid for speeches he never made. Got paid for commercials he never made. And he also helped to try to siphon those funds so that his daughter could have a volleyball court in the fucking college she pays for. She's with. You have the governors of Texas and the governors of Florida pulling political stunts on the taxpayers' dime by sending migrants to Martha's Vineyard and to the vice president's residency in Washington, D.C. Now, while that's going on, while that has been going on, and it's been going on for a week now, while that's going on, we, people who think like me, have had to have arguments with people who do not think like me over the fucking race of a motherfucking fictional fish. The race of fictional superheroes.
I don't even want to get into all that because that's some more racist, stupid shit. I thought you was talking about Brett Favre, bro. I don't give a fuck about people arguing about no little fucking fuck the Little Mermaid. I ain't never even watched that shit. Who gives a fuck about the Little Mermaid being black? Shut the fuck up. You see what I'm saying? All the shit that we need to talk about in the world. That's why I can't hang around niggas, bro. That's why I don't be around people, because all the shit we need to talk about in the world and motherfuckers are arguing about the Little Mermaid being black or white. I don't give a fuck if that bitch turned purple or she turned blue long as she be in the fucking water. I don't give a fuck about no Little Mermaid. It's more shit for us to be out here concerned about than what the fuck color Little Mermaid is. But I told y'all before, I knew people was gonna get pissed off when they made Spider-Man black. I knew they was mad when they made Spider. I was watching Netflix one day and I seen it. I seen a little clip. You know how they show the trailer and it said Spider-Man, but I seen a little black boy in the outfit. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, they made Spider-Man black. Like, it's gonna be some problem about that, but ain't nobody really say nothing. But I guess they have been since what Buddy said. Then next thing you know, Little Mermaid shit. I'm all at work. Man, you heard white people. Man, I don't give a fuck about nobody being mad about no Little Mermaid. The fuck is you come tell me about Little Mermaid? Fuck that hoe. Oh, the hell I care about the Little Mermaid? Get the hell out of my ear. Let me see what this say.
Brett Farve is from Mississippi. One might think he should have cared that his home state is one of the poorest in the nation.
I don't give a fuck about
Brett and Governor Bryant intentionally overlooked the needs of Mississippi's poor people for a volleyball stadium.
In court documents and audit reports, the state alleges that the head of Mississippi's welfare agency squandered more than $70 million intended for children in poverty.
First-class air travel, a horse ranch, and $5 million to build this women's volleyball facility at the University of Southern Mississippi. That building with ties to an NFL Hall of Famer. Brett Favre's daughter played volleyball at the university. Text messages obtained by Mississippi Today show Favre saying he helped secure government grant money for a new arena.
Brett Favre is a millionaire. In a 20-year football career, he made over $100 million. It would take an average Mississippian 20 years to make just $1 million. His actions were criminal, shameful, reckless, and irresponsible. Brett Favre is from Mississippi. One might think he should have cared that his home state is one of the poorest in the nation.
That's why he needs
and suffers from one of the highest rates of child poverty in this country. He should have cared that 1 in every 5
stealing from fucking children, man. Hungry, starving, no clothes having, probably suffering, struggling children, man. You see what I'm saying, bro?
Mississippians lives in extreme poverty. One might think that he should have cared that Jackson, Mississippi, the capital, almost 25% of the households depend on minimum wage. And these families, most earn less than $15,000 a year. One might think he should have cared that hundreds of thousands of Mississippians often have to boil their water due to the corruption and the neglect by the leadership in Mississippi, the Republican leadership. Neglect that Brett Favre was a key and influential factor of. Neglect that he and the corrupt governor benefited from, but Brett didn't care. They didn't care that year after year, many Mississippians, the most vulnerable people, can't shower, cook, or bathe for weeks on end due to systemic neglect.
There's niggas out here like that too, and they ain't Brett Favre. There's black niggas out here too. There's black cutthroat motherfuckers don't care nothing about you too.
In their water system. Brett Favre's most memorable stat may now be the $8 million he helped steal from the poor. Brett Favre.
You thieving motherfucker. You rig nigga.
Look at this. He don't even bring the trash in.
You need to be in
my house with my daughter. Hey,
you need to be in fucking jail, bitch. You need to be in fucking jail. They need to lock him up, for real.
From every Mississippi, Brett Favre, you ain't nothing but a copper fit Wrangler G wearing. And they cut my cousin food stamps off because he started working at a gas station.
Man, what?
On
my soul, nigga. I just applied and they turned me down, bro. I just applied and they turned me down. But this bitch can go and steal millions of dollars from the welfare fund. That's why, Brett Favre, bitch. Bitch, if I ever find you, Brett Favre, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. Bitch, you the reason I ain't get my motherfucking food stamps, bitch. I'm tired of eating, bitch. You low down cracker, bitch. I'm just saying that. I'm just fucking with y'all. Bitch, if I ever see you, Brett Favre, I'm gonna kill you, bitch. I'm just playing y'all for YouTube first. I don't want to, please. I know y'all don't like me. Please, I'm joking. It's a joke. I'm not gonna do shit to Brett Favre. But he need his ass kicked, or he need to go to jail.
Just so we on the same page. This crime. Some of y'all dislike crime in your city. This is crime. That white collar. It's white right there. A little dingy, but white collar crime. That's crime. If you mad at folks that's on WIC or food stamps or eat King Vitamin cereal on Saturday morning, watch the country. Keep that same energy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Old gunslinger Brett. Him and
you mad at Poe? Everybody who been talking shit, all you white people be talking shit about welfare. That go y'all king right there. He the welfare king. Brett Favre, the welfare king. Y'all can't be mad at niggas no more. Even though welfare started for y'all motherfuckers. It's Italian bosses in New York and shit they wives used to tell them, used to talk about this shit. They husband out there getting thousands in the street. They at home getting welfare, nigga. So welfare wasn't even started for black people. We just caught on to the shit. You hear me? You heard me? It wasn't even started for us, but that's the welfare king right there. That bitch right there, Brett Favre, his stealing, thieving ass. That's the king from now on. Don't y'all ever say shit about welfare no more as long as that nigga the king. Until a black man comes steal from the welfare fund, don't y'all motherfuckers say shit. Because that's the king of welfare right there. Brett Favre stealing ass. He got government cheese, oatmeal, a loaf of bread, and everything in his motherfucking house. He's the thief. The government, he's the king of food stamp books and cards. Brett Favre got 2 closets full of food stamp booklets and motherfucking cards hid under the floor. You cheating, stealing bitch.
old former Governor Bryant was gunslinging that $1 million. Because if they don't lock Brett up, they're going to have to explain why a whole bunch of folks in jail locked up for $52 worth of stamps.
For a $75 book. For a $75 book, it's a nigga right now locked up with Brett Favre out on the motherfucking streets. Brett Favre out on a millionaire stealing money from poor people is still out on the goddamn streets. Ain't that a bitch?
That was busy.
Boy. Boy.
From every Mississippi, Brett Favre, you ain't nothing but a copper fit.
That's sad, man. They say it's folks down there ain't eating right. Ain't even bathing. Got to boil water. All types of shit. And you stole. Man, they better put Brett Favre ass in jail. Now, there's something to talk about. Fuck Kanye West while y'all niggas around here talking about some Kanye West war like white lives matter. Fuck Kanye West ain't in that shirt. There's something to talk about. Oh, but don't nobody give a fuck, huh? Because you don't live in Mississippi or do it. You don't care. It ain't hip-hop news. It ain't about no shows. It ain't about no Balenciagas. It ain't about no Versace. It ain't about no Louis Vuitton. It ain't about no rapper. I don't want to hear you stupid motherfuckers. That's why I don't hang around. I'm finna give me some white friends. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm looking for white friends. I don't like to hang around niggas. Y'all don't give shit. Y'all do nothing but talk about people. I don't even hang around my family half the time because they cutthroat as fuck, underhanded, slick cutthroat motherfuckers. I don't trust no motherfucking body. Nobody. I said that in the beginning of it. I don't trust nobody. You hear me? As long as there's a dollar sign on this earth and things that people want, they will cut your motherfucking throat open and act like and show up at your goddamn funeral. I don't trust no motherfucking body. And life taught me that. Everybody I thought loved and cared about me put a knife in my back about some motherfucking money. Everybody I thought gave a fuck about me put a knife in my motherfucking back about some money. Or about a female. Can't trust nobody, man. It's hard. People be thinking I be wanting to be fucked up. No, I just had to learn that shit. I just had to learn it. What's good with you, Blackbird? We talking about Brett Farve ass. He out here stealing food stamp and WIC money and shit. He out here stealing and shit and ain't did a day in jail yet. Let me stay with this.
The former head of Mississippi's welfare agency, John Davis, entered into a plea agreement with federal and state prosecutors as part of the widening probe into $70 million worth of misappropriated welfare funds, which senior reporter at Front Office Sports says could spell major trouble for Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Farve. Davis was an accomplice for the alleged embezzlement of welfare funds that implicate the former governor and former NFL star and nonprofit boss Nancy New. Last week, texts released between former NFL quarterback Brett Farve and the governor showed the two communicated over a scheme to use at least $5 million of their state's welfare funds to help build a new volleyball center at the University of Mississippi.
A stinking ass volleyball center. A stinking ass volleyball center is more important than people eating, taking a nice, comfortable bath, and having somewhere to lay down. And this coming from a nigga who done been homeless. So that's why I'm saying this shit so fucked. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to sleep in a car. I know what it's like to sleep in an empty house. I done been through some shit in my life, y'all. Do you hear me? So I'm very pissed off from it because I can feel these people pain. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to feel like to walk in a clean white apartment with a roof nice and a floor dead and the bathroom ain't. I know the feeling of wanting that. You feel me? And it's low down cutthroat bitches like this that go out here and steal from people and shit that can't get nothing like that in life, man. I can't stand motherfuckers that do that shit, bro. I can't stand that shit. This cutthroat bitch like this need to be in federal prison somewhere, get his ass whooped, and they need to send him to the Mississippi federal jail or state prison. They need to send his ass, lock him up in the county jail in Mississippi in the same neighborhood he stole that money from, and let him beat the fuck out of his football playing ass. You low down stealing bitch. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up, man.
Where Brett Favre's daughter was a volleyball player. The reported conversations allegedly took place back in 2017 to 2019, according to texts filed in the state of Mississippi's civil lawsuit over welfare.
So you mean to tell me y'all know this shit from since 2017? This shit say August 3rd, 20. Oh my God. Who Brett Favre and them pissed off? Who didn't get their cut and told? Somebody didn't get their cut and told on Brett Favre. They didn't know this shit since 2017. It's 2022. And y'all just telling the public about this shit? Brett Favre, either that governor, Brett Favre, or Nancy New, or Davis pissed somebody off and they told. That's what happened. This wasn't no found shit because they already knew. Somebody been raising hell probably about they didn't get their money from this shit. Somebody with enough power to make them bring this shit out. Somebody didn't get their money. That's all this shit. That's why they found out about this. This shit say 2017, bro. I don't know why I keep looking right here. I'm looking at my other screen right here, or my camera right here. That shit say 2017, bro. So y'all know 5 years that these motherfuckers done stole this money. And y'all ain't said a motherfucking thing. 5 years. Hell no, man, it's fucked up. What the world coming to, bro? This nigga stole this money 5 years ago. And y'all just not coming out. Somebody done got mad. Brett Favre done pissed somebody off. Somebody probably wanted some money. Y'all didn't give it to them. And they say, okay, bitch, I got y'all. Let me go tell everybody about what y'all did. That's what somebody did. That's the only thing good happen. Okay, I got you. I'm finna go
Fund
tell
scandal.
you.
Farve is linked to about $8 million in misappropriated welfare funds. However, the former NFL star and the former governor, Phil Bryant, have not been charged for their alleged roles.
This looks extremely corrupt. There are some very damning text messages between Brett Favre and I believe it's the welfare coordinator. Well, there probably are those as well. These are not with the governor because they're referring to the governor, and he says, Favre text, if you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much?
That's what Nancy knew.
Yes, and Nancy New says, no, we never have that information publicized. I understand you being uneasy about that, though. Let's see what happens on Monday with the conversations with some of the folks at Southern Mississippi. Maybe it will click with them, hopefully. Okay, thanks. Wow, just got off the phone with Phil Bryant.
Look, Nancy New just said, I understand you've been uneasy about that, though. Let's see what happens on Monday with the conversation with some of the folks at Southern. So that means there's some folks at Southern stole some shit too. They need to lock all them motherfuckers up. All them motherfuckers need to go to jail. All of them was involved. She just said it in the text. We gonna see when we go to the university Monday when we have a discussion about it. They knew. She didn't already pled guilty. Brett Favre is supposed to be on his way to prison.
That's the former governor. He is on board with us. We will get this done.
And then she takes him back. Well, hold up. Yeah, she takes him back the next day. Wow, just got off the phone with Phil Bryant, and he's on board with us. We will get this done. Phil Bryant, all the rest of the motherfuckers at that college, who he said they had to conversate with, all y'all motherfuckers need to go to jail with Brett Favre. Just like Nancy New. And I ain't talking about no probation and this bitch go do 3 months in the feds and get out. These motherfuckers need to go to jail. And they ought to knock down that ragged ass $5 million volleyball building and get that money back to the motherfucking community, man. But they ain't gonna do that because they'll be a little bit too right. They'll be a little bit too right.
Awesome. I needed to hear that for sure. Look, I am totally against. There are a few things I'm more against than spending public money on sports stadiums, even when it is done on the up and up, what done legally, and often that is something state governments will spend tons of money on sports stadiums out of a dubious theory that it's like good for economic growth, but usually it's kind of an economic tautology because usually they're taxing like thriving industries in the state, like taxi cabs or restaurants or something. They're all being taxed to pay for a sports stadium. So it's really
no, motherfucker. They ain't the only people who do
not today.
Goddamn stadium.
I can't believe
no
this.
City. And you know where they make most of their, you want to know where they make most of their money from? Let me tell y'all now. You want to know where they make most of their money from to build them motherfucking domes, locking up black people. Got police riding around in your motherfucking community, pulling you over because you threw a cigarette out the fucking window, giving you tickets, paying them hoes off. That's how they make their money for them ragged ass domes and them buildings. So for Brett, not only did he steal from poor people, but they got the money made and raised up by the police riding around in the poorest communities, tagging motherfuckers, pulling them over, getting them tickets, locking people up for bonds. That's how they pay for them stadiums and shit too, nigga. See, that's why I don't watch the news, because they be some lying bitches too. That's
just a transfer of wealth.
Building fake ass, acting like they doing the roads. They all that shit, that's how they steal money.
Yes.
From
just say that stupid ass shit.
Already thriving industries to whoever owns the stadium
or in this case, not so thriving.
In this case, it's not even on the up and up.
And remember, this is Mississippi, where the capital city is currently experiencing a water crisis. largely abandoned by the state legislature, who has been pointing fingers and saying that it's mismanagement on the part of the city that has put it in this situation, completely ignoring its push to privatize the water supply and, now we know, its own gross negligence in handing millions of dollars to a multi-millionaire NFL player and to fund a college stadium.
Yeah, wait, we missed the key detail here, right? Is that his daughter, Brett Favre's daughter, was a freshman volleyball player at this university.
Yes, and to be clear, just
that's the
really,
Favre angle.
To really frame up this text, he's basically, this is, your lawyer will advise you to never email or text anything as inculpatory as this. Basically, hey, will anybody ever find out that I'm doing this extremely dastardly, unethical thing, stealing millions of dollars from poor people? Remember, this is a welfare fund. Poor people in the state who need this money for housing and food and to keep a roof over their heads. This is what Brett Favre has said.
Stadium.
So obviously this is a scandal, but in some ways it's a scandal how much it hasn't been a scandal. Many people in the sports world have been pointing out that this has gotten very little attention compared to some of the other kinds of sports-related scandals, including most recently, there's a coach who's married to Nia Long who was just out today or yesterday that he's cheated on his wife. Like that kind of thing gets more airtime than this.
Salacious sex-related things.
Well, here's Shannon Sharpe. I think this is pretty salacious, stealing money from the poor and the multi-millionaire. But, here's Shannon Sharpe talking about it recently.
I talked to people that was in the room when Brett Favre went into the Hall of Fame, and nobody mentioned about text messages that he sent to that jet masseuse. Nobody mentioned anything about the addiction that he suffered from. But yet, T.O., they brought up everything. Can you imagine if T.O. would have had an incidents like Brett Favre off the field? T.O. still, to this day right now, would not be in the Hall of Fame. Yet they walked right past it like Brett Favre did nothing.
That is true. I give you that.
The problem that I have with this situation, you got to be a sorry mofo to steal from the lowest. Mississippi is the poorest state in our country.
It is.
Its citizens. So if they're the poorest state, Brett Favre is taken from the underserved. You made $100+ million in the NFL. This is what we know. Scared when black and brown people do fraud the government, they hell bent. You get an EBT card or you get WIC or you get stuff like that, boy, they move heaven and earth to try to put you in jail for $400 little measly dollars.
Fact.
Now this man done took $1 million and they sitting around like, well, it happened and we'll see. And they're gonna get more money and do it all over again. The biggest criminals, the people that steal the most, look like that. But he's been a sleazeball. He's been shady for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point there. He could have just donated the money to the university if he felt so strongly about it.
Right, he's obviously very, very wealthy.
Well, yeah, I think it's about him. We didn't seen enough. I think we all know by now that this motherfucker is guilty and he should be in jail. We all know that ain't shit gonna happen from it. As usual, they gonna keep letting these motherfuckers steal and rob people. So, but Brett Favre, it need to be a SOS, on your head right now. Smash on site for Brett Favre thieving ass. Anybody in Mississippi, if he ever come to Mississippi and y'all see Brett Favre walking down the street, beat his motherfucking ass. All right? Just to let y'all know, if you ever see Brett Favre walking down the street in Mississippi, fuck him up. Because he fucked y'all over and he fucked y'all up too. You thieving bitch. Well, that's it, y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. I'm finna go and get off, man. Support the channel. Go to Cash App. I also have PayPal if you want to support the channel. I thank y'all for tuning in. Please don't grow up to be, or don't raise your children up to be thieving bitches like Brett Favre and many more people on this earth. Please teach your children to act like they have a soul. Please teach your children that they never should cut family members or friends' throat for a fucking dollar bill. Tell them that's not right. Okay? Tell people stop being fucking greedy. You're gonna die one day and you can't buy your way into hell or not. All right. I thank y'all for y'all love and support. Stay tuned to the channel. This your boy Easy, baby. I'm out.